Welcome to An Apple a Day, a podcast, a resource, a community. Share your experiences and learn from others as we overcome barriers and learn to live a happy and healthy life. Not as disabled people, but as people with a disability. Welcome to the community. Here's your host, Jimmy Apple.
Welcome to another episode of An Apple a Day. I am your host, Jimmy Apple. How you feeling today, my friends? You feeling good? You feeling strong? You feeling better than you did yesterday? Excellent. You can't ask for better than that. Hey, today is not a full podcast. Today is just a bit, a bite, a slice of the apple. Hey, how you like this cooler weather? Summer's over. The fall is here. Put away the bathing suits, take out the sweaters, the jackets, the hats, and the gloves. It's getting chilly out there. Hey, have you been taking your medication the way you're supposed to be doing it? Make sure you are. Are you scheduling your flu shots? Make sure you do. The weather changed really quick, especially here in upstate New York. It went from 90 degrees to 50 degrees down to 40. We had a frost warning just recently. It's weird. Hey, we have got some good news today. I'm sure you must have seen, if you're on Facebook, you've seen about the 5 Minute Fritter. It's here. It's coming. It's coming on October 3rd. October 3rd, 2022 is the debut of the 5 Minute Fritter. And I just have a little announcement to read about that. So sit back for a second, relax, and let me just welcome you, my friends, to An Apple a Day's newest edition, the 5 Minute Fritter. The 5 Minute Fritter is a 5-minute podcast that can be heard daily in addition to our regular An Apple a Day podcast, which is heard weekly. So right now, you're probably wondering, what's this 5 Minute Fritter thing all about, right? It's an excellent question. Picture this. You go to the doctor. You know, we always have to wait, but not long enough to listen to an entire podcast. I don't know about you, but I hate to get into the middle of a good podcast and have to stop it because the doctor is ready, supposedly, to see me now, only to have to go and wait in the exam room. This is where the 5 Minute Fritter comes in. As well, now in the fall, when school is back in session, the kids need to be driven here and there for various activities. The weather is changing, the holidays are coming, the hustle and the bustle is on overload, and so on. Your time is being stretched here, there, and everywhere. Sometimes you just need 5 minutes to escape. Just for you. And again, this is where the 5 Minute Fritter comes in. Okay, so now you're thinking, okay, that's great. A 5-minute podcast. But about what? Another good question. Well, you know, An Apple a Day is about living happy and healthy lives, not as disabled people, but as people with disabilities. The 5 Minute Fritter is really not that different. The 5 Minute Fritter is geared for the person with a disability, their family, their friends, and their caretakers. In the 5 Minute Fritter, you're going to find tips and suggestions to help make doctor's appointments more productive, life hacks to make things easier, announcements from Social Security disability, ways to save money on products that you need, inspirational thoughts, a friendly voice when you need it, someone to remind you that you're more than a disability, and no matter what, you have friends, and one of them is me. We're also going to discuss recipes on the 5 Minute Fritter. You know, breakfast, lunch, dinner recipes, easy, tasty, cost-effective recipes that can, things that can save you money. Now, if you have one that you'd like to share, by all means, please send it to me so I can share it with the community. My email address is in the show notes, or you can simply share it on our Facebook page, Living with a Disability. You can get there by going to famousapple.com/group. This address will also be in the show notes. I'll then share your recipe on an edition of the 5-Minute Fritter. We at Famous Apple and an Apple a Day podcast want to remind you that the listeners are the most important part of our community. Without you, there is no podcast. So any suggestions you have to help us improve the listening experience is greatly appreciated. And as always, if you like what you're hearing, please tell a friend. If you don't like what you hear, please tell us. Make sure you're here on Monday, October 3rd, 2022, for the first episode of the 5-Minute Fritter. And then be here every day after, because it's going to air every day. Please make sure to subscribe and leave us a review. And don't forget to check out our regular An Apple a Day podcast weekly. We're doing everything we can to keep you engaged. And each episode of the 5-Minute Fritter is going to be different. It's not going to be repeated. It's not going to sit there and you listen to the same thing every day. Every day is going to be different. We're working really hard for you. And I want to thank you for being here today. Don't forget, things can always be worse, my friends. That's right. Right now, there's someone somewhere wishing that they were in your position. So things can always be worse. Hey, you've been listening to An Apple a Day, Slice of the Apple right now. And we're gonna be here so much. We're on first name basis. We're on first name basis, believe me. So keep checking back. I'll be back the end of the week with an Apple a Day podcast. And don't forget to be here Monday, October 3rd, for the debut, the premiere of the 5-Minute Fritter. And be here every day afterwards for the 5-Minute Fritter Daily Show. My name is Jimmy Apple, and I'll talk to you again real soon. Have a great day, my friends.
Thanks for listening to An Apple a Day with Jimmy Apple, your gateway to a happy, healthy life. Join our community at www.famousapple.com. See you next time.